I am Dr. Muhammad Imran. I am presenting about paper writing skills, journal selection, and fast track publication process. When students have written their thesis, they have many questions in their mind. Uh, what are these questions? How you can write a research paper, how you select a journal to publish your paper, how you proceed your manuscript, how you handle the paper after submission. I am here to answer all these questions. What are the content of a best paper? A best paper or a good quality paper contain title, abstract, introduction, methodology, result, discussion, conflict of interest, acknowledgement, and references. Then the second part we will discuss later. What is title page? Title page contains title and authorship. It contains the title of your manuscript. Title explain the content of your manuscript. Title page contain title, authors, co-authors name, plus affiliation. These stars are symbols denote the author's affiliation. Then a corresponding author email ID, its name, who can be an author, which contributor for the manuscript. The responsibility of first author or corresponding author is the ownership of the whole manuscript, then submission and communication with the editor and the co-authors. What is title? Title describes the paper's content clearly, precisely, including keywords. It is the advertisement of the article, whole article. It explains the full content of the article. Do not use abbreviation and jargon word in the title. Search engine indexing databases depend on the accuracy of the title since they use the keyword to identify the relevant active articles. So, if your title is appropriate, maximum citation of your research paper will be possible later on. Abstract of a research paper. An abstract is a heart of and manuscript. An abstract is a summary of the research paper. It is often found at the beginning of research work so that reader will immediately have an overview of the entire search. It quickly gives the reader the sense of the report. It completely gives the idea what are the result of this manuscript. It also gives the what is the novelty of this paper. Writing an abstract contain the following points. What are the word limit? Mostly the abstract contain 150 to 250 words. The first few lines explain the purpose of the study and scope of the study. Then the next few lines explain the methodology. Then the next few lines explain the result of this manuscript. Then conclusion or application section which is present in the abstract. So abstract should be short, contain up to 250 to 150 to 250 words. This is my paper of immobilization of fungal cellulase on calcium alginate and zero gel matrix. My name is Muhammad Imran, first name. So the abstract contained firstly the objective line and purpose of this study. Then we have methodology line. Then we have result lines. Then we have application line at the conclusion. Then we have keyword. Keywords are also very important for the to increase your the citation of your manuscript. Introduction should be in the present sentence. It should be topic oriented. Introduction should explain your title. Uh, what are the fungal species which can produce cellulase enzyme? What is the importance of cellulase? What are the immobilization techniques? Their importance. What are the calcium alginate, zero alginate, zero gel matrix techniques? These are all present in the introduction. First paragraph explain the fungal strain which produce cellulase. Second paragraph explaining the importance of cellulases and immobilization. Then third paragraph techniques of immobilization. Then we have hypothesis at the end of objective of the study at the end of the introduction. This is the introduction of my paper. Firstly, the first paragraph explains the microbial cellulase. Then second paragraph about cellulase. Third paragraph about enzyme immobilization techniques. And fourth paragraph explain the objective of this objective and the hypothesis of the study. Methods where you have to collected your sample. Then what are the conditions under which they are taken? What are the analytical or experiment procedure you have adopted? How you how were the analytical error measured? How big were the errors? So all these things are the part of a method. In method, you have also written the name of the chemicals brand and the origin of country name of that brand chemical which from where you have purchased that chemical. Then instrument name is also name as a contain names as well country name from where you have purchased the instrument. In methodology, if you have follow the method of a scientist, then you have to put the reference of that author, which from where you have taken the data of your methodology. Result should be precise, objectively present your finding and explain what was found. And mostly you have to emphasize on significant result which contain novelty of your work. Show that your new result are contributing to the body of scientific knowledge. Mean your work is very important and have a novelty and it has a many application. Follow a logical sequence based on the tables figures presented in the finding to answer the question or hypothesis. Figure should have a brief description providing the reader sufficient information to know how the data were produced. And also your result will be coincide with the figure as well, which are mentioned in the main manuscript. If they does not coincide with each other, it means your result is fake. So your paper will be rejected soon. Discussion is a comparative work. What are your result and what are the differences with the other scientists' result? Describe what your result mean in the text of what was already known about the subject. Indicate how the result relate to the expectation and to the literature previously cited. Either your result are uh, more beneficial than the other scientist result. Explain how the research has moved the body of scientific knowledge forward. Do not extend your conclusion beyond what is directly supported by our result. Avoid undue speculation. It means if you have done a work and you have given an extra knowledge in your manuscript, it will create speculation about your study. So do not use extra conclusion line about your manuscript. Outline the next step of your study. Conclusion explain the broader significance of your results. Review the main conclusion. Offer more speculative interpretation. You should avoid the more speculative interpretation. You have to point the future prospect of your study in your research. What will be the further study should have done for other scientists. Then acknowledgement, what are the funding sources of your research? either it is HC or other sources from where you get the grant. You have to write the grant number in your acknowledgement section. Then you have to write the name of colleague who helped you. If you have never added his name in the manuscript, then you have to add in the acknowledgement section. Then you have to write down the name of laboratory technician who helped you. Family and friends that are mostly that are not the part of acknowledgement section. Appendices, the extra material which are given to journal, detail methodology, data labels, statistical table, useful data which are not required the main text, checks the journal's guideline, maybe electronic or printed. Figures and caption. Figures should be numbered in order that appear in the text. If your figure appear in the does not appear in the text, it means your work is not useful. So then viewer has a right to reject your paper. Your figure should coincide with the result in your text, and also the reference of figure is also given in the text. Figure caption should only explain the figure content. Figure figure will be usually be reduced in size when printed, so you have to use the highly resolved resolution figures in your paper. Figure will usually be printed in gray tones unless you pay for the color. References, if you have copy the methodology or you have done the comparison of your result with the other sentence, then you have to give the references of that sentence from where you have taken the data. Whenever you draw up upon previously published work, you must acknowledge the source from where you have taken the data. Any information not from your experiment or not common knowledge should be recognized by a citation. Okay, you have to give the citation of others' work. How references are presented vary considerably with respect to journal. Every journal has its own reference style, so you have to follow the guideline of the every journal. Wide references that are difficult to find. It means you have to write that references which are not common, which are not found in the Google search or some other search tools. Wide listing related references that are not important to the study. Wide that references that are not important to your study. Then we will start selection of journal. Who we can select a journal and process a paper. कंप्लीट हो गया